All right, everybody, we are going to talk about, this time we're going to talk about the most dominant touchdown runs of all time. This is Rando from Cappers TV. Again, guest starring on Ethan the Memster's page here. Glad to be back. Let's get started. Let's talk about the most dominant runs of all time. My first time seeing these, well, I've seen it before. First time seeing what we're doing today. We got David Johnson. Look at how low he gets. Some of the best runs are from those guys that are a little undersized. But David Johnson got low and got through that line for that dominant run. This is going to be a different kind of dominant run. This is Adrian Peterson bounces to the outside, showing him in his younger days how he was able to bounce to the outside of that line and get from center to the end zone. And of course, we have to have a dominant run with Marshawn Lynch. Is this the beast mode one? Just pushing him out of the way. I remember watching this. This is where he got the term beast mode. That is a dominant run. Nice little jump into the end zone, too. LeGarrette Blount, short career, but that guy would bust through the line like a Mack truck. Too bad we didn't get to see too much more from LeGarrette Blount, but man, when he was in, he was in. Check out just lowering that shoulder and getting through that line and busting through that wall, almost like the Kool-Aid Man. Again, we got another Marshawn Lynch. I think this is the big stiff arm. It's just the big, yep, that's the big stiff arm. Look at that. One of the most memorable runs of all time. Marshawn Lynch in his prime could not be tackled. Watch this stiff arm, best stiff arm of all time. Think you're going to get me down? Nope. Goodbye. Again, Adrian Peterson in his heyday against a very bad Cleveland defense at the time. But he just made him look silly. Just made him look silly. LaDainian Tomlinson, one of the best of all time. That guy hits rocket boosters. It's impossible to catch him. Priest Holmes. Going back in the day when Kansas City had those dominant running backs one after the other, Priest Holmes was pretty dominant too. He was big, and look at that speed. Blink of an eye, he's in the end zone. I miss Priest Holmes. I have a buddy that still wears his jersey. Jamal Lewis. Jamal Lewis went for over 2,000 yards, I believe, this year. And 82 of those yards came from this run right over here. Again, against a very bad Cleveland defense, but he made them look silly, and that's what the best do. We got a Michael Vick run. This is back in the day when there was really not a lot of running quarterbacks, so defenses had no idea how to stop somebody like Michael Vick, who could throw the ball and run the ball like a running back. Regardless of what your opinion about Michael Vick, he was a phenomenal player. Going back to Fred Taylor's 90-yard run, I remember watching this because I am a Dolphins fan. Back then, the Dolphins did have a good defense, but Fred Taylor just made them look silly here. I remember watching that. Marshall Faulk, going back to the 90s. I don't know if you guys are noticing this, but a lot of these runs are against bad Cleveland defenses. Terrell Davis, Super Bowl MVP. Check out that run. Don't blink your eye. Garrison Hurst. I haven't thought about Garrison Hurst in a long time. A friend of mine had his shoes. Got a lot of great blocking this time. And that's that old Candlestick Stadium there where they still had the field for the Giants there. That was a great run. Barry Sanders, the greatest running back of all time. You know, I heard rumors that when he retired, he was just joking, but then it ended up being serious. You will never see another running back run like Barry Sanders. Look at how quick he is. Talk about turning on a dime. Your body's not supposed to be able to do that. Emmitt Smith, one of the most consistent runners of all time, would not go down. That's one you want to it's called running downhill. You're always running as if you're going downhill. So even if you got a little bump there, you're still using your momentum to move forward. Downhill runner, the best downhill runner of all time, Emmitt Smith. Another Barry Sanders sighting. Imagine if that guy would have played another 4 or 5 more years, the amount of records that this guy would break. The best running back of all time, without a shadow of a doubt to me. He just did not play long enough. Let's look at another one. Against the Cowboys here. Look at that. He was always able to see 10, 20 yards ahead of him. He would always predict where everybody's going to be. That's why that guy can never get tackled, along with him being one of the fastest running backs of all time and one of the strongest. Just look at those thighs. They're like tree trunks. Let's do 2 more. Thurman Thomas. Oh, I hated this guy. As a Dolphins fan growing up, I hated Thurman Thomas because he would just completely torch. Oh, and we're going to end with Bo Jackson. I think this also this year, Bo Jackson also hit 32 home runs in Major League Baseball. Whew. Well, thank you guys for allowing me. Oh, got another Thurman Thomas sighting. Thank you guys for allowing me to talk about some of the hardest hitting runs of all time, most dominant runs of all time. Again, this is Rando Cappers TV here on Ethan the Meemster's page, and we'll see you next time.